Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Found on Amazon. Good old Amaflon. We have one new style of display case. These are individual, so these slide together. You just take them apart. They are individual pieces like this, and then there's a door on the front. You pop the door open, and then of course that's how you put the vehicle in there. So the vehicle sits in there like that. You can put it in there each direction, whichever fits the bill. They are a little bit small. They're not the biggest, so if you have like the G-Wagon, that's going to be about the closest you can fit. If you're a JDM collector or supercar collector, these would be perfect. These are a perfect size for that. But if you do anything with trucks or SUVs, you're going to be a little bit limited. So if you have some bigger vehicles, they definitely won't fit. You can see these are able to be wall mounted, which is very, very nice. You can also take the cover off the front if you want to, but keep it nice and dust covered. And of course, they also slide side to side, so you can put them next to each other like that. They slide either from the front or from the back. It doesn't matter. So if you already have it on the wall, you can take it off, or you can add another one to it and just push it back. There you go. They are pretty nice. They come in a couple of different quantities. This particular one that I purchased the 40 pack. I believe it was like 35 bucks. So it's actually less than $1 per car. One of the easiest ways to determine whether or not it's a good bang for your buck for display purposes is how much it costs to display one single car. So when you have like a Carney, for instance, and it displays 108 cars, but the case costs 150 bucks. It costs you like about $1.20 per car just to display, your collection. So you really want to take a look at that, and that's kind of a good way to kind of balance out if it's a good deal. Clearly, this is not a Carney level of quality, but the good thing about these is you can build them weird. So if you want to put these on the wall and say you have like an outlet right here, then you can just build around the outlet, and you could maximize your wall space, which is actually pretty nice. And they come just like this. So I bought a 40 pack, so there was 4 stacks of 10. And like I said, it's about 35 bucks. If you don't want 40, I think you can order 12 or 15 or 20, or I think you can order 20 if you don't want the 40 pack. But 40 pack's definitely the better deal between the two of them. And again, you can mount those on the wall, which is pretty sweet. The other item we have from Found on Amazon, a lot of people are probably not going to be interested in this, but I've been eyeballing this for a little bit. Clearly, this is a cheaper knockoff of a very relatively high-end die-cast piece. This is a 1/50th scale. This is a concrete pumper. This is concrete delivery truck, engineering vehicle model, professional. Hyuna Toys number 1709. This does retail for about $26. You can also get it in green cab, and I think the section here is gray, and then I think that's still red, so it's a little bit weird. This one looks a little bit more like it's a Liebherr or a Grove kind of deco, so that's why I got this one. This is taped shut, so we'll go ahead and tape. Well, there you go, right there. There is the other color. Brilliant. It's brilliant. I guess it doesn't have the red. It's not ugly like that. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. Comes in a plastic tray, as you'd expect, to get the box out of here. Little background piece here. It's not very heavy, so I'm not anticipating much of it's going to be that much of it's going to be metal, but I could be surprised. So we will slide this. It is taped. We'll get that popped out. Get the truck out of here. Get the plastic out. Here we go. All right. So there is our concrete truck. It looks okay right now. I can tell you that it does not go all the way down. I don't know if it's because of the way it's folded up. Ooh. But it didn't go all the way down, which is definitely not a good sign. As far as the chassis is concerned, it does have steering. It is 4-wheel steering, which is pretty nice. They work in conjunction with each other. It is rubber tires as well. The chassis inside here appears to be metal But all these little bits like that, those are plastic. Some dualies, not true dualies, but at least you get the idea. At least you get the setup for it. The cab is metal. It is a generic truck. Kind of looks like a Volvo a little bit, but it's just a generic. It just says speed truck on the side, which is ridiculous. A couple of lights there on the top. They don't do anything, don't light up. This does have a opening cab though. So that is pretty cool. It has an engine down in there. That is pretty sweet. You just pull it up and tilt it forward. You can see there is a little brake there for the seat. That is actually pretty cool. I didn't expect this was going to have an opening hood or an opening cab, but I could feel it jiggling around. So the cab is all metal. The boom section back here is all plastic. There is 2 sets of outriggers like you'd expect. They do have hydraulic rams on the inside. So this one will come out and then, ooh, they even extend out. You get the full extension there. And then this should have little feet that you can unscrew to balance it out. So I'll just keep those up in there. As far as the reach for the secondary one here, that is the spread for the outriggers. So that is pretty good reach. So I think that's going to be more than sufficient for keeping it from falling over. Clearly this is going to be way out of the studio, but this boom does come down. This is the hose section right here. This would be the piece that the operator would use. There are, it's kind of way off the camera. There are hydraulic pieces for each of the joints. So let's see how far up we can get this extended. Clearly it's going to be way off of the studio. I understand that. I just want to see how far up it'll go. And then what we're going to do is I will rotate it to the side. If it does rotate. Ooh, oh man, that is stiff. Oof. It does rotate, but man, that thing is super stiff. I wanted to see about putting all the weight on one side and see if the outriggers can hold it up. The whole boom is plastic, so I don't anticipate that would be a problem. But it is super cumbersome to use. Every single one of these scale modeled concrete pumper trucks are the same. They're very cumbersome to use. They're very complicated. So let's see if I can get this to, yeah, I cannot, it does not go down any further than that. It's supposed to sit in this little channel down here, which is really unfortunate. And it looks like the joint back here, I mean, that's as far down as you can get that joint. I mean, the joint doesn't go down any further. So that is, it's very interesting that it doesn't go down. It's kind of a not a good thing. So let's see if I can get this to rotate. Oh, man, it's all plastic, and I know it's not the greatest quality, so I really don't want to. Oh, there it goes. So I know it does rotate. There we go. There we go. Get that full 360. There we go. Just get it loose. Now we're good. So we'll put this to the side. We're going to put this up over the camera. Extend this all the way out. There's a lot of plastic pieces on here that I'm not 100% in faith that will stay together. So if I extend it all the way out, we'll put our little feet down as much as I can. And see, that's the other thing too, is I don't think these feet will go all the way to the ground the way that they should, because it's pretty far off the ground right now for the outriggers. There we go. There we go. All right, so the outriggers are on the ground. They are flush with the ground. Let's get this out of here. Move this back a little bit. Hopefully we can see the outriggers. So your outriggers are on the ground. I do have this extended all the way over the camera. It is holding it up just fine. You see I'm pulling on the boom, and it holds it just fine. It actually works relatively well. I'm pretty impressed. And this is pretty far. It's about 2 feet from here to the end of the boom. So that's actually quite impressive. That's quite impressive. I'm actually thoroughly impressed in that. That's not too shabby. So let's see about getting this folded back up. Get this moved over here. Get our outriggers back up a little bit. There we go. Take a look at some other details here. Like I said, this is the section of the hose that the operator would hold on to, and they'd be shooting all the concrete. This is nice soft rubber, very, very soft rubber. As far as the boom goes, there is piping all along the entire boom, which is pretty nice. It looks pretty good. It looks relatively durable. The boom itself is a little bit precarious, but the details on it look relatively solid. As far as the details on the actual unit, there is some details down in there for like pump units and stuff like that. There's a radiator right there, which is pretty nice. All these details look pretty good. Again, all those hydraulic actuators in there look very, very nice. They look appropriate. So, and there's a little bit of print on the boom itself. It says concrete delivery truck and just says Iuna. And then as far as the detail on the truck, we'll get the outriggers folded back up, which are all plastic, by the way. Everything you see is yellow is all plastic. All the outriggers are plastic, except for the spindle on the inside here is metal, but the rest of them is all plastic. And then take a look at the section in the back here. It does have some tail lights. Looks pretty good. There is the pump area where you'd put in your concrete. It doesn't open or anything. It doesn't do anything like that. It just sits there. There's nothing fancy with it, but it looks pretty good. It's not a bad model. I mean, for $26, I mean, something of similar high quality from like a name brand, say like, if Diecast Masters or somebody like that made a 150th scale concrete pumper, it would be probably 150 plus to have all this kind of functionality to it. So I think this is actually a pretty good deal. The only problem is, of course, like, the boom doesn't sit, and you can't get it to go any further. That's as far down as it sits, and it's because of this actuator here. And I mean, pushing on it, giving it some serious effort, I can't get it to compensate. So that is unfortunate. It's supposed to sit like this. You see how much bow there is in there. I don't know if it's just this hydraulic unit supposed to close up a little bit more or what, but you got to remember it's cheap quality, so you're not going to get the best detail out of it. You're not going to get the best quality out of it. But I think for $26, this is a steal. This is a steal. Even though it's not a licensed truck, the functionality and stuff is actually pretty nice. There's actually a little warning sticker on there as well, showing you there's supposedly a fan in there, so don't stick your hands in there. You might get your fingers chopped off. But yeah, that's actually not too bad. If it wasn't for this not closing all the way, I think that would be a perfectly fine model. I'm actually very impressed. I'm very impressed. So there you go. Couple of things found on Amazon. Been a little bit since we got that. It's been a little bit since I brought some of that stuff to you, but always looking for weird, different, and interesting things, and always ways to display your diecast. So anyways, drop a comment if you interested in any of those stuff. I will drop the links in there. No affiliates, no nothing. It's just a direct link to Amazon. I get nothing, so if you want to buy it, go ahead. If you don't want to buy it, that's okay too. Doesn't matter to me. But now you can make a better informed decision. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level him, Doc. Peace.